everybody? Welcome to another edition of Broke Black Critics. I am Romello.
And I am Remy. Welcome back, man.
Hey, welcome back, Black man.
Black man, welcome back.
Yeah. So we're gonna just dive right into it. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for your comments and your feedback for previous shows, and asking about when we're gonna do another live show.
Everybody has been asking us that. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it.
For sure.
But like I said, we have one main topic that we're going to discuss today.
Not too long, but
yeah,
a little something.
That really is like, it's amazing how certain people can say certain things and it'll like make a big deal across the country.
Correct.
But yet, there's so many things that should baffle people that go on a daily basis.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But that's a deeper conversation for
another day. Correct.
So, Donald Sterling.
Yes, we are going to touch on this.
Donald Sterling was, quote-unquote, exposed. I really can't say the word exposed because he's been known to be
a racist
for many years.
Yes, he has.
According to other players and other people that who's been associated with him.
That's right.
So basically, Donald Sterling has a conversation with his girlfriend.
Hold on, no. If we're going to put it... And that's the beautiful thing about the media and how they word things. If we are going to call a spade, let's keep it 100 right now. He had a conversation with his freak, with his mistress, on the phone. Go ahead.
And basically, he expressed his feelings about her having a picture on Instagram with the great Honorable Hall of Fame Magic Johnson. Now, I got a phone call from somebody in the Bahamas, actually. A friend of mine from the Bahamas. She's not in the Bahamas. She was like, have you seen this going on with the Clippers and the owner? I'm like, no. What's going on? Well, he had a tape, and he said he don't really think that his girlfriend should be associated with black people. So I'm like, okay, I'm not really shocked by that. But, so I checked it out, you know what I mean? And then, of course, I called Remy, and, we discussed what we should talk about on the show, because we try not to say too much together and then, leave certain stuff out for the show. But long story short, I'm going to just say this, people in power do what they want to do.
Okay.
Point blank.
Hold on. Now, this is my issue with it. Now we're about to straight go hard on this, okay? First of all, we have to look at. Now he's in past history in the past he has done other things, like he has prevented black folks and Mexicans black and brown folks from moving into, I guess I want to say, property that he has owned. Yeah. Okay, boom, that happened, like let's say that happened 20, 30 years ago. Okay? Right then and there, we know. But niggas, and I apologize if I offend anybody for using that term. But we as niggas, and I'm gonna lump everybody in this, didn't see nothing wrong with it if he was signing our checks. They would have made, and I said that to say this, that team of all niggas, including the coaching staff, the coaching staff and the players, would have made a hell of an impact if they would have boycotted the game. The fact that they didn't boycott the game lets me know, that speaks volumes to not only him as the owner, but also the acceptance that we have in this country for things that are, for lack of a better word, oppressive to black folks.
Right.
They don't care that he did. They didn't protest the game of the Clippers when he prevented them poor folks from moving into his property. They didn't bat an eye. The NBA players, the Players Association, the sponsors, they didn't bat an eye when he did it.
Right.
And that was 20, 30 years ago. Nobody protested anything. He says, now you brought this up earlier today, where you said that it wasn't the fact that he was black.
Yeah, but we're not gonna get that.
Okay.
We're not gonna get.
Okay.
See, like I said, for the viewers, this issue and we discussed it. This issue has so many different points about it that it's ridiculous. Now, my thing is, the first thing I thought when I heard the comments, it's like the golden rule. You know what the golden rule is?
What?
He who has the gold make the rules.
Hey,
the golden rule. Hey. So he said what he said to his girlfriend about you can do whatever you want with him. Just don't put it in a public eye that you're seen with them. And what he was saying was, okay, you can go to little soirees and you know what I mean, hang out with these celebrities. I give you the access to all of that, but I don't want you taking pictures with these black people and making me look bad. You know what I mean? And like I said, I think it's a couple things that struck the nerve. The first thing is, hold
on, before you finish. And in all honesty, the way you talking about it, let's keep it 100. That sound like a rich man. That sound like a rich guy with a mistress that don't want his mistress to go venturing off.
Listen, why does he not want his mistress doing all that?
Huh?
But why does he feel he can make his mistress do all that? Because he owns that.
Yeah,
he's paying for that.
That's true. That's true.
Dolce and Gabbana, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Tom Ford.
Hey, hold on. And again. Let's keep it 100. Yeah. The last time this happened to a white man, what did he do? He made Passions of the Christ, and niggas went to go see the movie. Cried at the movie.
Now listen, and say you guaranteed to cry, but listen. Now, let's look at the context. Okay, Mel Gibson was obviously in a rage. No. Listen, not making no excuses.
Yeah,
not making no excuses. He was in a rage. He used the word nigga. This guy,
a pack of niggas.
Yeah, a pack of niggas, right? You know what I'm saying? This guy went in grave detail explaining why he don't want his mistress to be seen with blacks.
Now, for everybody out there that's watching this, now this is the issue that you should have. Every black person that they interviewed called this man stupid, called him an idiot, right? So now you have to ask yourself the question. Because now this brings about the question about the society that we live in. And the reason why I say that is because of this. How is it that a dumb white racist can make it rich in this country?
Well,
and all them niggas that's supposed to be smart, because we sit here, we talk about how smart Doc Rivers is, we talk about how smart Chris Paul is, we talk about how smart Magic is, we talk about how smart Blake is, and others. How is it that they work for this man? This is a deep conversation that we having, because you have to understand something. Is what he said, should we bypass what he said? I'm not saying that. But now you have to look at the entire spectrum of the system, because the system allowed him to get rich, knowing that he was a racist.
Okay. But back what I was saying was, it's different points to what's going on now. One, what triggered him to go off on his girlfriend now?
Correct.
This is a rich old guy. He probably didn't check his girlfriend's Instagram. Somebody told him about it.
Correct.
So whoever told him about it, he's sitting around with the good old boys. Drinking that 250 a shot.
Yeah.
Yo ho was with Magic Johnson.
That nigga got AIDS.
and this is what Remy was burning to see right here. But in my opinion, after I heard the tape, I didn't think it had anything to do with black people. I still don't think it has to do with black people. I've seen him in pictures with plenty of black people on and off the court, whether it has something to do with basketball or not. And, it seemed like, people fake, but it seemed like, he genuinely likes black people.
I mean,
certain black people like that.
Guess what? They can make it, put a little money in his pocket.
Exactly. Well, I think that the more I listen to that tape, I think it's the fact that it's Magic Johnson that his girlfriend was with, and Magic Johnson is a very powerful figure in L.A.
That is true.
He's a very powerful figure in L.A. Magic, if you've been following Magic Johnson's moves as of late, he's been making some pretty power moves, with franchises in and different brands and things like that.
I can dig it.
So his tone, I feel like Magic Johnson is his competition.
Sure, that you know what, that is true.
He's a competition, and his girlfriend was seen with Magic Johnson. You know, and then you know we brought up the HIV thing, you know, jokingly, but in all honesty, he may feel some type of way about that.
But and now that we gotten past all that, we can't excuse the fact that a hoe made a hoe move.
Now wait, we cannot call her a hoe.
Oh my God! No, don't you say that.
We can't call her a hoe.
Listen to what I'm about to tell you. You want to know why I can call her? Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it 100. This is why I can call her a hoe, man. This is why I can call her a hoe. This freak looked 20. She looked like she was in her 20s, and it looked like if this man, if Donald Sterling didn't have $1 to his name, she wouldn't look twice at him. She's a hoe. She's a hoe.
Now, gold digger maybe.
She knew he was married. Okay. Hoe.
So we can't listen. Listen.
Hold on. So now, because what
Donald Sterling could be the only man she's ever been with.
We know that that's a lie, but that's okay. Hold on. But now this gets into a real funny situation for us as a people. No matter what your color is, this gets into a real funny issue because now what's going on is this. Is it acceptable for someone to record your conversation without your knowledge? That's number one.
Well, to answer that first question, depends on what state you're in. It's illegal in Maryland.
Thank God he wasn't in Maryland then. But now here's another issue. Now that the comment is out, now I told somebody this earlier today.
I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
Two things.
Okay, go ahead.
They keep calling this a comment. It's a conversation.
It's a conversation.
And this is what we want to make sure that we get out to the audience. You know, the media use certain words.
Yes, they do.
To kind of like mask what's really going on. One, it wasn't just a comment. It was a conversation.
It was a conversation.
A speech, basically. Two, you know, it's funny how depending on what type of individual you are, you can be in Congress. You can be a strong political figure. You can be somebody of power. They continuously label this woman as his girlfriend.
And showed his wife at the game.
And knowing that he has a wife. Usually they use words like mistress and things like that.
Showed his wife.
It's his girlfriend, okay? Yeah. And then the third thing is they're saying that purportedly it's Donald Sterling.
Yeah, yeah, they are using that.
They asked his wife at the game. Do you think that was Donald Sterling?
Hold on.
On the tape. And she said.
No. You got to say it right. She was advised right then and there not to speak on camera.
She did. She declined any video interviews or whatnot. But she wanted to go on the record to say she's not a racist or whatnot.
And she kept saying it, that she wasn't a racist.
She said she didn't know for sure whether that was Donald Sterling. You know, he has $1 million lawyers, so, you know.
Now,
he can take care of that. But I just wanted to make sure that you understand that these are three things they keep saying over and over in these reports. It's like, okay, who are you trying to fool here?
Now, this is why I said that the Clippers players and the coaching staff dropped the ball on this, because this would have been historic if they would have boycotted the game. That would have been historic. But that aside, at this particular moment, you have people calling that he needs to be they need to take the team away from him. I'm telling you people right now, I'm not condoning what the man did, but they cannot take the team away from him based off of his freedom of speech. Now that goes into, what do you have the right to say? You can't take the team away from him if you already got the team. You knew he was a racist 30 years ago. He got the team 30 years ago. You cannot take the team from him now based off of a conversation. It makes no sense unless this is unless this is planned.
Well, I don't think it's planned, but you know, and it is deeper. If they take this team from him, they'll take much more the next time somebody, no matter what race they are,
and that's my point,
for saying something. You know,
correct.
Let's look at Tim Hardaway. He made the statement that he made. Who else? Who else made some statements recently?
Shit, so many people make statements.
Yeah. So what I mean, like I said, you can't take the team from him.
You can't take the team from him. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna find him, if it's within the rules, go ahead. But you cannot take the team from the man. Now, with that being said, as a black person, as people of color, it's up to you to make the choice not to go support his team. Mm-hmm. Now, their players already dropped the ball.
Yeah.
They completely dropped the ball. Now they lost tonight. They got blown out. Mm-hmm. But that's beside the point. They completely dropped the ball.
Well, this is what I was thinking about too. Also, I think it would have did. It's kind of funny how it works because if they had boycotted this game, you would have hurt Golden State's market. So Golden State would have took a loss as well as the Clippers.
Correct.
Now, when you go home, that's totally different. Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, also, a lot of people will be affected, not just Donald Sterling, but a lot of people will be affected by the Clippers not playing a home game. And I think that's why they're going to play. Because think about it, a lot of people, like when LeBron left Cleveland, you saw what happened there.
But this is a deeper situation. Mm-hmm. As a person of color, I had a conversation with somebody today that said, "Oh, they shouldn't do that because that's stupid to go make your money." It's funny that we would. That's the problem. We allow so much to go through based on money. Right. If you working for a racist, if he paying me $100,000, oh well, he a racist, but he paying me. Isn't that one of the things that they said? Flavor Flav said he can call me a nigga, but you gotta pay me. When is it not about? When is it more than the money? This is about your people. Right. This is about yourself. Mm-hmm. This is about your children. We see Chris Paul on TV, on commercials with his son. What did he teach his son today? Without saying a word to his son, he taught his son something today. He taught his son a valuable lesson. And that is, go get the money, my nigga, regardless of what they say. That's a powerful statement that your man made today. If he would have stood up like a man and said, "Hell no, I'm not playing for this racist," his son would have learned something today without him saying a thing. But what did his son learn today? Go get the money, little nigga.
And on top of that, Chris Paul is the president of the NBA.
Go get the money, little nigga. I don't care if he call you a nigga. I want you to understand that. This man, make no bones about it. This man done said, what my man said, this man, he looks like he said nigga with a name like Sterling. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, you go get the money, little nigga, no matter what these white folks do to you. That's no disrespect to all my Caucasian brothers and sisters out there because they claim that they say some good ones. We gonna say some good ones. Yeah. Just for the sake of argument. We want you to watch the show. But that's a powerful statement that they didn't make. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think that nowadays people want to make the right move or the right choice before. You know what I'm saying? They take courses of action.
But what is the NBA? But what was the right move?
Yeah. But like I said, in my opinion, and that's the same thing I say about how people deal with the gay issue. You know what I mean? Somebody, if your CEO is gay, are you not gonna cash your check? If you don't support the gay culture, are you not gonna cash your check? A lot of people talking this and that. The same thing with this. Okay, your CEOs are racist. You may not know it before without any type of evidence. Now you know.
They knew because Baron Davis came out of that.
Right. So it depends on how you honestly feel about it, and the lack of and the disconnect from what we are versus who we are. And I say what we are like you said. The history goes back a long way. That's what we are. Now who we are today, we may be desensitized by all that stuff. Like, okay, he said nigga.
Make no mistake about it. Yeah. But make no mistake about it. We them same people from 200, 300, 400 years ago. We them same people.
Yeah, we are the same people.
And then here's another thing. We looking to the NBA to pass down judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And we looking to the NBA to pass down a just judgment.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect the NBA to pass down something righteous when the NBA in itself has been cheating for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Many years.
Right.
The NBA has been involved in cheating. Many years. Players have been involved in shaving points. Coaches shaving points.
Right.
You know, pulling a player too early. Referees calling too many fouls. We asking the NBA to pass down something just when the history of the NBA doesn't reflect that they've been just.
True indeed.
So
Yeah. So you know, we've obviously covered, you know, what the issue is and how they responded to it, or what,
For sure.
how we feel about it.
For sure.
But another point that I wanted to make towards, so we pointed out that, you know, one of his friends might have, or somebody in his circle pointed out that his girlfriend had the picture up, and he felt a certain type of way about it. And we really didn't touch on the part about being recorded without, you knowing about it. Now, we are applauding the side chick for exposing
her meal ticket.
her meal ticket. I'm glad you said that. Now she's being sued, right? Now this is the alibi or the excuse that they're using. Well, no, this is the defamation. The fact that she's being sued is how they kind of taint your name a little bit. So why are we? Okay, no. Do you accept the side chick in this instant?
No.
Do you agree with what she did?
No. She knew.
Now, see, you don't agree with her recording.
I don't agree with her recording, my man.
Okay.
Because that's some sucker shit.
Right.
And anybody with a brain, I mean, let's keep it real. If him being a racist aside, her being a skeezer aside, okay? Put them aside. If this was Timothy from around the corner and Tamika from up the block,
Right.
and she did the same thing to him, we would sit here on camera, and other people would too, sit on camera and say, you know what? That was some sucker shit she just pulled, and she should be reprimanded for that. I mean, I seen people say that a man got a right to hit somebody off of that. If somebody was to do that, because you don't do that. That's a complete invasion right there. We can't, on one hand, say that it's fucked up when the government records your phone calls, which they do, and take on all your information, which they do, and then on the other hand say, but it's all right for this skeezer to do it because she exposed somebody for being a racist, right. and then that goes to her character because she fucking a man that she knew that wasn't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use that type of language.
Speak freely, brother.
But she fucking a man that she knew was a racist. So this wasn't the first time she heard this conversation. How do I know that? Yeah. Because he said on the conversation, I told you that not to bring these niggas into my game.
Now this is my next question for you. This is my next question for you. If you're being sued by Sterling, and maybe you don't have that much to go with in the courtroom, do you take a picture with a black man that's gonna make him sick to his stomach and have a conversation with him about it?
Ain't that something?
The question is, do you do that?
Do I do that?
Yeah.
I can't answer that question because I won't put myself in that situation.
Okay.
That's number one.
Now, see, my thing is this: like when you say, "Is it planned?" I think that this chick is smart because You getting sued by Sterling?
Listen, that's not
No,
a side.
hold on, time out.
You gotta understand something right now. That wasn't the side piece move right there. Somebody advised the side piece, yo.
Even still, the way she conducted that, she directed that conversation. She sounded like Oprah on the call.
Hold on. So here's my question.
That was an interview.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm about to say now. Is that entrapment?
Good question.
It didn't. I mean, we gotta call it. We gotta put it out there.
Yeah. But the way she orchestrated that call,
Mm-hmm.
I only listened to it one time. And I'm telling you, the way that she conducted that call, she got him to say everything that he needed to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people, when you have a conversation with somebody and it's an argument, and you start talking in circles, somebody hang up.
But see, this is why I believe that it's bigger than what we know, because this didn't make it to the court. You see what I'm saying? It's one thing for her to do it and then use this as evidence. Nah, because like I said, that's entrapment. This went from her recording him to TMZ.
But see, here's the thing though. Nowadays, public opinion affects everything.
I mean, that is true.
So when you drop a tape like this, the only thing she could have did better, when I say better, to make herself look good in the situation, the only thing she could have did better was have a video, have it on video. Because now they're trying to say, oh no, that's not that it may be him, it might not. Listen, everybody knows it's him. Everybody knows it's her. You know what I mean? So when you do something like that, and that's the thing, and that's a very, very major dynamic about society now. Like, you drop a tape like that, and watch how much stuff just get thrown under the rug.
You know what I just thought about though, man? Yo, you want to know what's deep about this? This is what's deep about this. She was black and Mexican, right?
Right.
This is what's deep about this. We know that he told her this before. She chose to mess with a racist that had a wife because he was a billionaire. If an average dude right now, black, wasn't in the NBA, working for Metro, right now tried to talk to her, she would not give him the time of day. She gave a racist. She was fucking a racist. She was fucking the slave master. Oh! She was fucking the slave master.
Yo. And my last point I want to talk to about it was like the fact that, now here's the thing. We still talking from having a side chick perspective. You know what I mean? So a dude like that in that position of power, that's pretty much, flyer in, flyer out, do whatever he want when he want. When she don't do it, you know what I'm saying, she's told, quote unquote, that messes with the pride of a man. So that conversation, his pride was hurt. His pride was hurt.
Hold on. So now the question becomes, that goes back to that goes back to the Mel Gibson thing. Do black folks give him a pass like they gave Mel Gibson a pass after Passions of the Christ came out?
Well, see, it's about, respect always plays a part in stuff like this. I don't think as many people respect Donald Sterling as much as Mel Gibson.
Okay.
Mel Gibson is known in the black community for teaming up with the black man, Danny Glover. That's why that dynamic there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like, okay, you know what? He said nigga. Okay. Cool. Okay. He apologized. Whatever. Well, who is Donald Sterling connected to? And on top of that, Donald Sterling is in LA. He owns the Clippers. Magic Johnson, the Lakers. The black community is more known for the Lakers than the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be harder for black people to forgive Sterling for his comments than Mel Gibson for his comments. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
Okay. And any other person who's made some off the wall statement,
Right.
but y'all. You made my last point is this: as a community, people have to start waking up, because if you haven't noticed, all this talk about equality, this and that, and y'all haven't noticed that every so often they drop little jewels. I mean, it's been going on since I was born in '83. So this been going on since the 80s, 90s to now, where they drop little jewels where somebody said this, somebody said that. Welcome to America.
Yeah, and then a friend of mine asked me a very, very challenging question, and she said, well, how do you feel about it? Like, what should be? She basically asked me, how do I feel about Sterling's comments? And my initial response was, well, what can you do? The man owns the team, He's in a position of power where it really doesn't matter what he say or do, as long as he doesn't break the law. He do what he want to do. You know what I mean? He can say it again, and the Clippers will still be on TNT, TBS, ESPN. The players gonna play. They gonna cash their checks, and the fear of the consequences why nobody's gonna do nothing.
Now
as far as the players and whatnot, but to add to. And then she said, you know what, that doesn't mean you don't have to stand up for yourself. And I'm like, you know what, you got a point there. Well, she said, well, what would you do or what should be done? I was like, you know what, I mean, me and Remy had plenty of conversations about, the fact that the NBA is a black league. Charles Barkley said it the other day, the NBA is a black league. How much of that league do we own? How much of the league do we own?
Hey, I have my opinion. I say it's a black league, but I have my opinion on it. But that's for a different comment. That's a different subject for a different day. We're not going to get on that. But is it a black league for the most part? Yes.
Yeah.
It's a black league. Absolutely.
Listen, all the commercials that you see, all of the posters that you see, the billboards, I could probably name on one hand how many white NBA players are highly promoted.
That's promoted?
That's promoted.
Oh, man.
When I say promoted in the face of the league, when you see those commercials, it's Kevin Durant, it's LeBron, it's Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Paul George this year,
Blake.
You know what I'm saying? Blake. Like, Dirk's not getting promoted no more because he's old.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who else? Ginobili barely gets promoted, but he's more foreigner than just being white. Who was he from? Argentina. So he's Spanish. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I always say this: Ginobili is the best player in the league that's not black. They need to think about it.
It ain't no need to think about it.
Yeah.
Man, you lost your mind. I'm not gonna say no more after that. We're not talking football, basketball right now.
I mean, Sterling is a NBA owner, so
we're not talking about that.
Who's
right
better
now.
than Ginobili?
We're not talking about that.
Thank you.
We're not talking about that. Nah.
You tried to think
I'm
about it.
I'm not trying to think about it. Ginobili is. I'm not gonna say that. Okay, that's for a different day. Different day. Hold on. Before we go, who was this? I want you to read that comment. Read the comment.
So this was in the Express.
The Washington Express.
Which you can find on the Metro on a daily basis.
For those that are not in Washington D.C., this is the Express paper for the Washington Post.
Yeah, and this is something. This is going to be the quote for this episode.
Okay, this is the quote.
Now you can find the articles. The article is called "How to Lose Your GOP Friends in One Day," and it said, Cliven Bundy was quoted in a New York Times story referring to black people as the Negro and recalling a time when he drove past the public housing project because they were basically on government subsidy. So now, what do? They abort their young children. They put their young men in jail.
Hold on. Read that one more time. Say that they put their young men in jail.
They abort their young children. They put their young men in jail.
They put their young men
because
in jail.
they never learned to pick cotton. Are they better off slaves, picking cotton and having a family life and doing things, or are they better off under government subsidy? They didn't get no more freedom. They got less freedom.
They got less freedom. They got less freedom. Damn. We couldn't even boycott a daggone team. Well.
So we have less freedom.
We have less freedom.
Less freedom. Okay. Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Be sure to check out our new website, brokeblackcritics.com.
Yes, sir.
It's up and running. You know, check it out on your phones and iPads and all that good stuff.
And hit us up for clothes.
Yeah, definitely.
Selling clothes.
As you can see, you know, we upgraded a little bit, got some equipment, and you know, if you request a Broke Black Critics T-shirt, just shoot us a message. If you go to contact us on our website, you can you know, let us know that you want a T-shirt or whatnot, and we'll shoot it out to you. But definitely make sure you follow us on Instagram, Broke Black Critics, Twitter at Broke Black Critic, and Facebook, of course, Broke Black Critics, and you know, just give us your feedback and let us know how you feel about this situation, the Donald Sterling situation.
And any other situation that you may know about.
Right. Any thing that you want us to discuss, you know, we're more than willing to do it. All right. So, again, I'm Romello Catois.
I'm Remy.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Niggas!